Yes, it's Big Frank. There's another one for you. Growing up, I was in a house with 5 brothers. There's 5 of us. Mum and Dad, they guided us. Mum and Dad were honest people, worked hard all their life, still working. Do you know, they guided us. They gave us that guidance, you know, the tools that we needed to live. And growing up, that was like oxygen. It was everything. We lived by that. And then as we got older, like what they taught us become less valuable, you know, because we go out and like now you're putting your trust in other people, you know, like people are telling you this, telling you that, and we're taking guidance from people that were never there in the beginning. You know, it was mum and dad that taught you how to walk. It was mum and dad that taught you how to speak. Mum and dad that fed you and worked hard to give you everything. But then we're putting our trust in other people to guide us, like in life. But it's like, it doesn't make sense because mum and dad gave us everything. Everything that we needed was already here. But the thing is, growing up, I stepped outside and then I started to listen to a few people. No blame, because it's still choices. But I was taking guidance from older people. And what you don't realise is that when you do that, I'm putting my life in someone else's hand, expecting them to love it as much as I love it. And like, remember, guidance is a business to people that don't really know you. Do you know what I mean? So it's not as important as it is as you value it. You know, it's a business, especially on the street. Their guidance is a business for them. So the thing is, you become just another asset in their plan. Do you know what I mean? So we gotta just sit down and realize that, like, it's important to choose the right people to be in your life. You know, you gotta have the right people guiding you. A lot of these people out there have never had guidance themselves, and you're entrusting them with your life to guide you. Some people have grown up in like single parent homes. Some people grow up in both parent homes like myself, and they've still gone wrong. Do you understand? Because of guidance. So it's not about how you grew, it's about what you let into your life. So on that, we got to take control of what we let into our lives, you know. Like when I was about 15, 16, you know, I had all the tools in the world to be whatever I wanted in life because mum and dad filled me with that. But I chose to follow the wrong examples. Now, mum and dad worked so hard, they achieved so much for people that came to this country that couldn't speak English. And now, like, my mum was teaching in schools, my dad's a barrister, and like, I'm here, I was born in England, speak English, gone to school, got the certificates, and I'm on the road. Now I'm on the road getting guidance from the wrong people. You know, getting further and further into the street life, which is taking me further and further away from the people that actually guided me through life, growing up. So now I'm losing like that relationship with my parents, you know, for a relationship with the streets. The streets couldn't teach me nothing. And it will never teach you nothing. Do you know? It only teaches you how to perform to bad situations. It only teaches you how to be stay alive, how to conform to certain situations from people's guidance. But what I'm trying to say to you here is this: guidance is a big key in people's lives. So as parents, as teachers, as doctors, as everything, the guidance is very important. So you got to remember that your life matters. So whenever you give yourself to somebody to help guide you, you got to believe that this person cares enough to guide you. You know, we let our guards down so much. You know, a man is ready to kill a man for stupidness, but he's ready to let a man guide you into foolishness. It's deep like that. You know, guidance will save your life one day. I remember, like, I just come out and I was like, I had 57p in my 57 pounds, sorry, what they gave me from the prison. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what the hell am I going to do? Now, all the guidance I had in jail was survival. You know? Oh, I'm good in jail. I'm the big man on the wing. It's okay. You know what I mean? But the thing is, I didn't really have that guidance. As big as I was and how I was comfortable in jail, yeah, you come out, I was nothing. I got to be honest with you. You spend all that time in jail, 1 year, doing little bits and bobs, 2 years, you think, yeah, it's easy. Because the thing is, you're around familiar surroundings. You get used to being useless. Because you're surrounded by useless. So you get used to being useless. So when you come out and now it's time for you to be of purpose, you're lost. I had no guidance, and I'm thinking, now I'm turning to everybody, oh, help me, I don't know what to do with myself. And I'm sitting there wishing that, you know what, I wish I'd have just listened to my parents back in the day. Because when I was in my parents' house growing up, everything, you know, they're telling me the right things that I was doing, everything was planning out right. It's that one step that I took in the wrong direction, it just took me somewhere different. You know, we go through this whole game, 10 years people in it, 20 years in it, 30 years, and then you come out only to get back to, only to wish that we were back where we were when there was no stress, no pain, no dying, no this, no that, you know, no stabbings, no this and that, no, like, of people close to us. And that was back when we're taking the guidance from the right people. Do you know, you sit back and you think, like, we waste so much time and effort and just to get somewhere where we think is everything by wrong guidance, when we were happy with nothing, but we had everything from the people that were really guiding us. It's deep like that, bro. And like, I just, like, everybody just needs to take a second out of life and just realize and evaluate their lives, man. You know, even success, you see what it is to be successful in life. You need guidance. You have to trust somebody enough that they will show you the ropes for you to be successful, and that involves the right guidance. You know, life shouldn't be about risking your whole life for a material thing. You know, your life is worth more than that, and that's why guidance, discipline, these are important fixtures in your life. These are things that are like oxygen to your life. They save you. They will save you one day. So we've got to be more considerate, because the thing is, your guidance, we as even older people, we've got children, what we show them is the guidance. Do you know? Is their guidance. It guides their steps to wherever they're going to be in life. So if we're out doing the most nonsense, you know, potentially we could guide our kids out there. Because when I'm telling my kids, fix up, don't do this, don't do that, but then they're seeing me doing that, or they're hearing through the grapevine, oh, your daddy's this, your daddy's that. Because it's not always what they see, but it's what they hear. Remember, if your name rings bells, trust me, it's going to ring bells. It doesn't stop at an age group. You know, your name will ring bells. It'll ring bells in all age groups. So it may be one of your son's friends or your kid or your daughter's friends that pick up that that message that, oh yeah, your dad's this person, and they start telling your child about the dad that they thought they knew. Now, what happens to the guidance that you've been telling them to do? The good person that you've been telling them to do, to the books that you've been telling them to read, the good jobs that you've been telling them to look for and aspire to be like. When I'm hearing my dad is this and my dad is that. So now you've given the child options, because it's a form of guidance, indirect guidance. I want to be like my dad, so I'm going to do what daddy did. It's guidance. Indirectly, you're telling them it's okay to be bad. Do you understand? Because what you're feeding them is good with your words, but your actions are telling them differently. So you got to be careful, and guidance, and you got to be, you know, not just with your tongue, with your feet, your actions, everything you do has got to correlate together. You know, we can't tell kids, oh, be good and we're not good. We can't tell kids to get a job and you've never had a job. You can't tell kids to stay in school and we don't stay in school. Even if you don't stay in school, you can't tell them, oh, go and do other things. There's other things to do, but we don't do other things. Do you understand? You can't tell people to even be good if you're not good. The basics. You want your child to go to the shop because you asked them, but the thing is, your mother's asking you to go to the shop, you're saying no. So why is your child going to go to you? Because remember, it's not that he must respect you. He's copying whatever he sees of you. You understand? So if you don't respect your parents, why is he going to respect you? Why should he even respect your parent? That's his grandma, but why should he say, or granddad? Why should he respect? If you're not showing him respect, he's not respecting you. And that's a involuntary guidance that you're giving them. You understand? People got to think about what they're really doing here. And me, growing up, I had the best relationship with my parents, but I didn't have the best relationship with my parents in terms of the way I lived my life took me away from them. But the guidance my mother gave me the whole time I was away from her is the reason why I'm still back in this place today. Is the reason why I found the exit. It's the reason why I sit in this chair and I'm telling people, listen, find your exit. Do you know? Because guidance, that consistent guidance and that consistent message. Do you know, every time someone sends you a text saying, be good, be good, be good, be good, be good, be good, there's only so much you can ignore it until you have to open it and actually read it and take it in, because this person actually cares. Yeah, remember, when somebody's guiding you down the wrong path, they do not care. Do you understand? They do not care what happens to you. They do not care whether your mum's sad. They do not care what your mother's going through. They do not care what your dad's going through. The thing is, they only care about what you bring to their table. So guidance is key. Wherever, any aspect of life, not just the street, just in general life. When you see your friend doing wrong, guide them. Don't just sit there and ignore them, because you could be the difference between living today and not making today. Do you know, everybody's got to go sometime, but the thing is, you know what, it may not be just now, but your words, your guidance could be the reason they live today. Do you know, look, people, there's loads of people that suffer with mental health, people that are just not happy in life, and the thing is, they're sitting there thinking to themselves, why am I even here? Because they lack that guidance. But that guidance that you give them, you could just speak that one word into them and just tell them, listen, you're important, come on, let's go and do something, let's go and do something about this. You don't have to sit here and go through this pain by yourself. Let me help you. That guidance could be the difference between someone on the edge jumping and somebody actually walking back and saying, you know what, thank you, I'm gonna make something of my life now. It's the correct guidance. We as people, we have an obligation to other people. You understand? Just because you see a child on the road that didn't grow up in your house doesn't mean that you're not have an obligation to that child. Every child you see walking on the street, you have an obligation to them. You have an obligation to them because it's the same generation your kids are growing up in. If you don't have kids, you have family members in the same generation. So every child that you save potentially can save another child, which means that your family member growing up in that generation has a higher chance of actually surviving in that generation. We got to do more. We got to do more. Friends, don't ignore your friends. If they're going through something, help them, guide them. Don't just ignore them and think because you got your own bills, you got council tax, you got this, you got that, you got... Yes, everybody's got everything. But remember, God gave you life. So when he gave you life, you know what? He gave you life so you could help with other people's lives. It's not just your own life, you know. It's not just your own life. Because there's many people that would love to be in your position right now that can't because they're passed away. You know, you may be the reason why somebody gets to live today and they don't want to swallow a tablet. Do you know? You may be the reason why that kid today decided, I'm not going to go and join the gang today. I'm going to go back to school today. You know, you may be the reason why this person is thinking about, I'm going to go for it. I can't be bothered with this job interview, but one word from you said, do you know what? I'm going to go and apply for that job. I'm going to go for it because the thing is, you guided me down the right path so I can better myself. Because a lot of people, they want help. They want that guidance, but some people don't know how to reach you. Some people don't know how to reach you. They've kind of given up on themselves. They just conform to whatever benefits them or whatever's on the table, available on the table from whoever. Some people actually need your help. A lot of these kids out here, they need your help. They need your guidance. Somebody who's on the road can't guide somebody who's on the road. But somebody who's left the road and fixed themselves can offer them a way out of the road. Do you understand? Guidance is key. Somebody who's in a job can help somebody get a job. Somebody who hasn't got a job can't help somebody get a job. Do you understand? When you're in a position of power, use it and guide people in the right way. You know, power can be shared. It can be shared. It doesn't lower your reputation. It doesn't lower your position. In fact, it makes you more valuable. Because the more lives you save, the more respectable you become. That name that you got on the street will never match the name that you earned being legit and guiding lives the right way, helping elevate people. The road name can never get matched that. Saving lives is what we're here to do, so we have to guide people. You know, I lost my way badly. Like, I'll be honest, I was even with my pal just the other day. He came to drop something off to me and he said to me, Frank, you know, I love what you're doing now. Because, do you know what? I didn't even think you reached 25. My boy Alex. And that touched me. That touched me. And I'm thinking like, that's deep. Because I'm 44 now, you know. So that we're talking like, I could have missed 19 years of my life. Because of bad guidance. And to hear someone like that who grew with me, who knows me deeply, you know, family, everything, say that, it made me take a step back and say to myself, you know, I need to go harder. Because I've been blessed enough to see that 19 years that people didn't expect me to have. So I need to be more of a guardian to people because God has kept me here. God has kept me here, so I have to help people more. And everybody else in my situation that is escaped death or escaped the road and they're in a position of power, we need to use our platforms, our presence, our reputations that we gained and use it for the good. Guide people, because we were once lost ourselves. If people didn't guide us in the right path, we wouldn't be here to tell the story today. You know, because we know a lot of people don't make it out. You know, but some of us got a second chance. Some people didn't even survive the first chance. But it's that guidance, you know, no, and and saying no to this, and then saying yes to something good that saved our lives. People gave us a chance. So, let's all join together and help everybody. Anybody that's in need, don't forget postcode, forget about, oh, I don't speak to you, forget all the ego. See, every life matters. Every life matters. When you're in a position where you can help anybody, help them. Help them. Because you don't know, one day you're going to be gone. Yeah? And you can't even help your kids no more. And your kids may be looking for that help. It's the help that you did when you were living that might one day serve your children. Do you understand? Somebody might take up the boat and say, I remember that when he helped me, when the thing is, I never really knew him, but I remember he helped me. Your child goes through help, they're there. Because when you're not here, there's nothing you can do anymore. You know what I mean? So we got to do more, man. And like, it's a serious matter. Like, and like, as well as guidance, discipline is a big part to play, man. People need to get real discipline in their life. Love your life. Love your life. Feed your life goodness, consistency, purpose, meaning, love. Be disciplined with it. You see, like the way you lot are disciplined with doing wrong, be disciplined with doing right. Change your life, be disciplined, right? Love yourself every single day of every day. Every minute of your life matters. Every breath, do you know that you're breathing and someone is not breathing? Love it. Be disciplined with it because you've been given a chance. Even when you're doing wrong, you're still waking up. You've been given a chance. Because there's people that did exactly what you did. They did not getting up this morning. But you got up, so decide to yourself that, I need to be more disciplined, I need to stop what I'm doing. Because I'm gambling with my life right now and God can't keep giving me chances. Like, the chips are going to run out of your life one day. And then you're going to sit down and you won't even get the chance to say, oh shit, I need to gone. So be disciplined. Discipline really helped my life. Do you know, like, when I came out, I went through back and forth, but the thing is, when I got disciplined, life started to make sense. Life started to make sense because your focus started to change. And then I knew the difference between good guidance and bad guidance. I started to gravitate towards people that are telling me, bro, get a job. Let me help you get a job. And then that became everything. And no longer the street name and the running around to get little change didn't mean nothing to me. The jewels, having this and having that, it didn't mean nothing to me. All I was interested in is, bruh, look at my man. I grew with him, he's still like, he's never been jail, he's never been this. He's so disciplined in life and like, bruh, look, his wife's happy, his kids are happy, he's never been away from his kids. And I'm thinking like, bruh, but we grew together. Like, what's going on, man? I realised it's discipline. When you discipline your life, the right guidance comes into your life. Seriously. And I started, like, as I got more discipline, doors started to open. Doors started to open for me that I've been trying to force open for the past 35 years. Now I'm disciplined. I'm nowhere near the door and it's open. Somebody's holding the door open for me. Come on, opportunity. Come on, job. I never had a job, but here's a job for you. Because I got discipline, and you know what? With discipline comes the right guidance. People want to help you because they see the change in you. They see the change in you. So the thing is, be disciplined. Trust me, it opens more doors than anything on the road can do. Because with discipline, and people see the change in you, there comes the third chance in life. Your second chance is actually surviving the first life that you wasted. The third life is actually being accepted into the world that you should have been in the beginning. So people give you that third chance. You get a job. Now you're so disciplined. You start to see that Your phone book changes. The people that you hang around changes. And this is not because you don't like people. It's because you know what is? Life takes you in a direction where it has to elevate you. You're no longer around everything that hinders you. You know, people may not like it. They may think you, oh, what he thinks is too good for us. You know what? It's not that I'm too good for you. It's just that my life matters. My life matters. I want to live today. You know, I've got something to offer myself. I've got something to offer my mum. I've got something to offer my kids. I've got something to even offer my friends. I've got something to offer anybody that needs help. I don't need to throw my life away for jewelry when I'm priceless. I'm a king. I'm a king. You know what it is? So why should I sit down and act like a peasant? You know? Sum up my life by material things. Put my life on the line for material things. Do you know if you die because of a watch? Your life is only worth the price of that watch. But you die being achieving everything you want in life. That's priceless. That's priceless. Understand that is priceless because you died achieving everything. You died proud. You died proud. You know, it will still be the same pain back at the house. But the thing is, everybody will have, it'll be easier healing because they know you achieve things in life. You had people have good things to say about you in life. You know, people that turn up to your funeral won't have nothing bad to say about you in life. Do you know? That's what it's all about. I went to a funeral of my own brother. People jumped off the plane from Ireland all over the place to come and see him. And do you know what helped me through the whole funeral? Is the people. Not one person had anything bad to say about him. And I looked at myself and I said to my Frank, now if I was in the position that my brother was in, how many people would have something good to say about me? How many people would have something good to say about me? Would there every single person at that funeral have something good to say about me that will keep my mum, encourage my mum to keep going? Because that's what keeps my mum going. She suffers with the loss of her son, but that discipline that my brother had in his life to stay focused and be that positive role model that the kids needed, his wife needed, the world needed, you know, that's what kept him going. And that even when he's gone, he's still living because people have nothing but goodness to say about him. You don't understand, when we tarnish your life and you go, people will never respect you if you ain't done nothing good for them, you know. Trust me, discipline is key. It is key. So I changed my life. I got discipline. You know, I don't have the same friends that I grew up with. I don't have the same communications, the same values, the same this and that I grew up with. I don't. You know, like the chain doesn't mean nothing to me. The Rolex doesn't mean nothing to you. The big earrings don't mean nothing to me. Like I like clothes, I like trainers, but the thing is, I like them because I worked hard to earn them. Do you understand? I can give my kids clean money. Discipline helped me give them clean money. I don't have to buy my kids stuff with blood money. Because what you don't get, the sins that you put into that money and you give it to your kid, bro. Let me just leave it there for you. You knew what you did to get that money and you give it to your kid. That's deep, bro. See me, I pride myself on that I can give my kids clean money. I may not be able to give them everything like everybody else can, but the money's clean. You know, they can put that in any holy house they want. They can pass it on to anybody. And you know what? That money will be prosperous because it was earned cleanly. And discipline, hard effort, guidance was put into that money. So when my kids receive it, they know that daddy worked for that. He worked for that. So you know they'll appreciate it more. You know, even £10, it means something to them, because you know what? That's like a period of dad's time that was earned, that he had to work for to get that money that he gave me. I wasn't earned from no crack fiend. It wasn't earned by killing nobody. It wasn't earned by selling no drugs. It's clean money, discipline. You see, discipline. A lot of us out here today, yeah, we want guidance. We want discipline. But the thing is, because it doesn't fit the criteria of the role that we want to be associated with, we opt against it. But I always wondered, like, growing up, like, I'm on the road here, yeah, doing all this madness here, and then I'll say, like, I believe in God. What God is it that I believe in? Because that God is God of good stuff, yeah, and I'm doing all this madness, and then I claim, thank you God, like, I'm asking God for another life. Do I deserve it? Do I deserve another day? And like, it's like wild, you know what I mean? But God is a forgiving God. He asks, but the thing is, you got to respect yourself enough to accept the guidance from God as well. You know, God is telling you, like, listen, I'm waking you up every morning, man. You're doing a lot of work. I'm waking you up every morning. Please change your life. Because the same way you pray to me for help, the same way I could take you as well. Because you're not doing nothing good with your life that I'm giving you. So you got to understand, it's deeper than what you think it is. You know, when you get chances in life to get out. When you get chances in life to be better, be better. Be better. See, discipline. I'm a PT today. 1995. What job? 2000. What job? 2003. What job? 2006. What job? 2010. What job? Like, discipline, guidance. 2022. Almost 15 years in the game now. Discipline. That's almost 15 years with no Nokias. That's almost 15 years with no cats, crackheads associated to me. That's almost 15 years keeping on the right path. That's 15 years of walking in new shoes with new direction, purpose. It took a lot to get on this path, but you know what? It was worth it. To be in control of my life and not have my life left in somebody's hands. You know what? Whether today they decide I can live, or today I want to live. It's long. You know? Or, you know what? I'm going to set you up today. I'm not going to set you up today. I'm going to be your friend today. Like, in the game, you have to think, constantly be thinking. The only thing I think about now is just getting up in the morning, saying my prayers, kissing my kids, and then getting off to work. Coming back from work, seeing my kids again, seeing all my loved ones. Like, that's all that I think about now. I don't have to think about, oh, who's after me, who's this, because I'm disciplined. And I've guided myself out of that bad path. So all you people out there, you got to think about, when you're in this path and you're giving your life to people to guide you, are they really guiding you? Are they really guiding you? Because sometimes, you know, the guidance that you need is actually in your head, but you're not prepared to look after yourself or give yourself the credit. So you could rather give somebody else the credit to guide you wrongly. And then when things go wrong, you sit back and say, oh, but he done me wrong. No, he didn't do you wrong. He just did what he was meant to do because you gave him the ability to do it. You gave him the opportunity to do it. He said he was going to guide you. He did guide you. But it just wasn't down a path that you chose. So you can't be pissed off that you got led down the wrong path, because you gave him your life to guide. So please think about this when you're doing this. You know, sometimes you have to take time out of your life to actually get to know yourself. You know, read your life story. How does it look so far? What have you been through? Oh, I've been through this before. So then how would you change the following chapters now? Yeah, how am I going to write these new chapters? You know, because I can't keep writing the same chapters, because sooner or later, I'm not going to be alive to lift up that pen. Do you understand? It's going to run out. And you might not make it to the next chapter. So while you've got a chance, rewrite new chapters. Elevation is good, you know. Breathing is good, you know. Loving your life is good, you know. Working 9 to 5 is good, you know. Trust me, it's good, you know. You know. Going home and in your uniform and telling your mum, yeah, mum, I just come from work is good, you know. Telling your kids, you know, oh, I'm tired, you know, because it's a long day at work. It's good, you know. You see, your kids, when they hear that, they're going to say, rah, daddy's working. I want to work as well. I want to work. Because your kids, remember, the first words they knew were from you. The first steps they took were from you. Remember, they trusted you with their life because they didn't know nothing about life. You were the ones that taught them life. You gave them life. You gave them that guidance to take that first step, the confidence to take that first step. So the thing is, give them that confidence to live right, to be able to make the right choices, to know that who's bad and who's good. Do you understand? Give them that chance to live with you, embrace you. Do you understand? Because the thing is, you know, in life, you know what? Situations don't always work out. You can't always be around a kid. I get it. And that's fine. Because you can't. But the thing is, you see, the discipline and the guidance in your footsteps can still guide them without you even talking. Because they know what you're doing a good thing. Situations sometimes mean that you can't be around them all the time. But you see what, it doesn't mean that you can't love yourself enough so you can still guide them from a distance. Do you know what I mean? Because everybody knows what everybody's doing. Do you know? So as long as they're hearing good things, you know what? You're kind of still doing your job. Not that if you can do it, do it. But you know what it is? And that's not just for your own kids. That's for every kid. Because you know what? You don't know what kid is looking at you, trying to be like you. You know? Not every kid, their aspirations are in their house. Sometimes they're outside of the house. So the thing is, you got to be a role model for everybody. Do you know what? But the ones that really want you will follow you. Do you understand? So everybody's got a duty. But it's a beautiful thing. That discipline. Like, to see, like, your child grow through life, discipline, listening to your guidance, like getting a job, making a success of their life, never getting in trouble, deep trouble that ruin their life. Like, it's a discipline, but it's a beautiful thing. Who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want that? And who wouldn't want to be alive to see that? Who wouldn't want to be alive to see that? Remember, but to be alive to see that, you have to guide yourself right. If you can't do that, you have to surround yourself with the right guidance. People that are elevating you. You know, people that are elevating themselves so you can, you know, you got something to aspire to be like or even be better. Because if you're ready to put your life on the risk, you could miss out on all the good things that your kid has. But the thing is, the guidance won't be from you. So you can't take credit for something that you never did. So it's important, you know, discipline, be disciplined. Discipline helped me so much. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing to have a job. A beautiful thing. Growing up, I didn't think it was all that because, you know what, money's flying. You know, you got everything. I could do whatever I want, man. I didn't think, look, job what? Fast forward, and I'm still here. Still breathing. God blessed. I'm embracing that job like it's everything. That's my oxygen right now. It's my world, do you know? Outside of my family and God, my job is everything. Being able to be responsible, being able to have a title, you know, being able to know that I've earned this. You know, I didn't have to lick no one down to get that money. It's a beautiful thing. And it's discipline and that guidance. Allow people. Sometimes, you know what, in life, we get to a place in life, you know, where life isn't just treating us fair. And we kind of like start looking at life like life owes us something. It doesn't owe you nothing. So all them tears that you're shedding in silence, all them angry times that you're having in silence, all them walls that you're punching, they're not doing nothing. You know, sometimes we have to let people, the good people, win so they can help guide you. Because it's not that nobody knows what to do with their life. Everybody knows what to do with life. But sometimes you need that, just that little gentle push in your life. And that's where the people like myself and everybody else that has got something to offer should make themselves available to people. You know, don't just phone people when they're in a good state. You know, if you don't hear from people for a little while, phone them. Because you know what, they may be waiting for you to phone them. Do you know, like they're sitting at home thinking nobody gives a shit, and that phone call gives them all the hope and that you know, that kickstart in life. I can do this because someone actually cares. You know, that little friendly advice, you know, that will guide them back onto that right path that they thought they got lost on. You know, because it's key, bro. A lot of people, all these sicknesses and sometimes it's just down to bad guidance. Sometimes it's a lack of discipline. You know, millionaires have money today, they don't have money tomorrow. They had everything in their hands, but because of a lack of distance and guidance, they don't have nothing now. Now they're resorting to anything just to get a piece of bread, just to get a coffee in their hand. You know, now they're begging you, but the thing is, before they could buy everything you ever had in your life. So listen, we need to be more disciplined. Appreciate the life that you have, because that life that you had, you know, God guided you to get up that morning. Now be disciplined with that blessing that you've received. Get up, make something of your life. Yes, it takes a lot to get out of something that you're used to, but the thing is, put your value on your life and you'll find it a lot easier. Put your mum's life in your decision, you'll find it easier. Put your dad's life in your decision, you'll find it easier. Everything that you love in life, put that as the priority of your decision, you'll find it a lot easier. Because it's easy to throw your life away, but it's harder to save it these days, because there's so many things that out there that are easy to do, but with easy comes an easy way to die as well. Do you understand that? So please value your lives, man. Be disciplined. Guide yourself wrongly. If you can't, guide wrongly. Wow. Guide yourself the right way. And if you can't, reach out to good people around you. There's always good people around you. Not the ones that are trending, the ones that are doing all that. There's good ones out there. Do you know what? They're approachable. You may not have ever spoke to them before, but they're approachable. Trust me. You know? Sometimes you might have to humble yourself to approach them and show them the other side of you. But trust me, like, I did it. And I'm here today smiling, like, boy, I've had as knowledgeable as I am, I've got so much people guiding me in my life. Even my pal Max sitting here, Junior, Louis, Durkin in the gym, good friends around me, like, they guide me. Even some of my kids, they guide me. Do you know what I mean? There's no age on a teacher. And there's no age on a student. So understand, guidance can come in any form from anybody. As long as it's positive and it can help elevate you, it's guidance. Do you know? Even your kids saying to you, Dad, I love you and I really want the best for you. That's guidance. That's enough to spur you on and know that you want to go back to work and come back to that every day. But putting yourself, your life on the risk every day, going out that risking that you may not hear that again, it's a waste of time, bro. Guide yourself, you know, like in life, you only get one shot. And you have to make sure that one shot counts. Because if you miss, woo, there's a lot of people that will be upset. And when I mean upset, that's a lifelong upset. They never, ever, ever. Some people, their kids have been done 30, they've gone 30 years. You know, done, proper done, gone, never seen again. You'd think after 30 years the pain would have gone, but the pain is only getting worse day by day, because that's longer that I haven't seen my child. Like how like I haven't seen my brother for 10 months. And it feels like a lifetime because I grew with him all my life, but I can't see him ever again. So, you know, we have to be disciplined, because life can take you at any time, you know. But you see, with discipline, you got a better chance, you know. You got a better chance. You know, if you, like, you know, there's natural causes and everything, like, you kind of have to understand that. But when you die because of jewelry or repping my neighborhood, that, you know, like, you can never understand that. I can never understand it, because the thing is, where was the guidance? Where was the discipline? Where was the value for your own life? There was people around you that you trusted with your life, and the thing is, you're gone now, and like, over, like, a neighborhood. Do you own it? Do you own it? Do you own anything in that neighborhood? Like, you're gone now. Does your kids own the neighborhood now because you were running the neighborhood? You don't. It means nothing. So your thing is, don't die for stupidity. You know? Be a legend. Leave a legacy. This is what we want for this generation growing up. We want a legacy. We want young kings and queens who matter, who left a statement. You know, when your time comes, when you're deep in your 80s, yes, kids, not 14, not 16, not 12, no more dying early. We're going to live long and achieve in life. So when God takes us, you know, it's at the right time, you know. So, and we're leaving a legacy, you know, where generations after they finish crying, they're still going to be proud of you. You know, people always be sad to see people go, but you know, when you've gone for and you've achieved and done well in life, people will never forget you. Remember, we don't live all this life to be forgotten. We don't live on life to live all this life and this earth just to be forgotten. Do you know? We were given life so we can be remembered, live. You know, but when you create such a bad stigma around yourself, nobody wants to remember you. Even some people will be happy that you're gone. And that's a sad thing, because nobody should be celebrating people dying. So you've got to be careful about who you let guide you, who you let into your life. The discipline of being able to use your right decisions to take the right steps in life. You know, it doesn't cost you nothing to have a bit of guidance. It doesn't cost you nothing to have a bit of discipline. It doesn't cost you nothing to have a bit of self-value. It doesn't cost you nothing to love yourself. But it costs you everything to not have none of that. Because, one, your life can go. The pain that you leave at the home, it even costs them money to come and bury you, bro. And it's every day after that, it's costing pain. Pain costs a lot, you know. Because some people never recover. Some people will come to even delve into the same world that you just come from, to try and, you know, revenge. Some people turn to drugs. Some people lose their mind. Families get split up. You know, people that were together no more, mums and dads that were together, they can't be together no more because everybody's blaming each other for their son not being here. But it's not their fault. It's not their fault, it's your fault. But the thing is, you're not here to tell them it's your fault. You're not here to explain to them better. So that they're taking on the responsibility. And that's the responsibility that they carry for the rest of their lives. And this here is a potential killer, you know. Stress. You know, my son's not here and I'm blaming myself on, like, my son's not even here to tell me that it's okay. It's not you, mum. Dad, is okay. My brother is okay. The older brother is okay. But you know what it is? Everybody carries your burden now. Guidance, discipline, it is key. In life, if you want to be successful, you need guidance. If you want to be the top man in any field, legitly, you need guidance. You have to be able to take guidance. You have to have discipline. Just to live, get up every day, get up, go to work, boom, come back, eat food, look after kids, come back, repeat. It's a discipline. But it's one of the most, like, successful skills that you could ever learn that could carry you anywhere in life. That discipline is like a passport. That guidance, having the right guidance around you and like invest in that guidance that you got into your life is like a passport. It could take you anywhere in life. Anywhere in life. And you'll be able to be settled. The streets can't take you everywhere in life. You can be buried anywhere in life, but you can't take you everywhere in life. But the right guidance, invest in that same guidance that you got from somebody that helped you elevate, investing it in yourself can take you anywhere. That's a generational value, something of value that you could pass on for generations to generations to generations. And they'll be very grateful for you. Even when you're not here, they'll still be grateful for you. Because the thing is, you're the reason why I didn't go left, I went right, because you gave me an option. You know, that guidance. You know, you taught me how to be disciplined about my life. So I put some value on my life. And the thing is, instead of just throwing my life away, I became disciplined. I started to put value on my life. And I practiced that value every single day to my last day. Because you taught me discipline. It's key. It is so key. Key. Because right now, let me tell you this. You see, when people die, and I'm saying it like this is raw, yes. You see them tears. It takes a lot of discipline for a mum to stop them tears flowing down. It takes a lot of discipline for your dad to stop it flowing down. It takes a lot of discipline for your kids to let it stop them tears flowing down. Now, that's not the kind of discipline that we want to be installing in our kids or our family members or nothing. We want just, you know that, tears of joy. Tears of joy. My son is successful. My son is doing well. My son he's changed his life around. You know, I feel good about myself, you know, like I'm proud of you. A mother will always be proud of you regardless of what you're doing. But the thing is, you know what is? Don't make her have to fight for that pride. Don't make her have to fight for that pride that she's holding inside, you know? Like, I'm proud of him because he's just my son, but that's it. You know, it shouldn't be a false pride, do you know what I mean? You're just showing face because he's your son, but the thing is, what else? Let them embrace you, man. You've been given a life, make the most of it. Guidance is key. Like I say to you, like, I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm not here to tell people, oh, you can't make mistakes. But I'm saying to you, listen, I've made plenty of mistakes. But let me tell you this. A mistake is only a mistake if you don't learn from the lesson. And I learned from my lesson. I've never repeated the same mistake twice. Do you understand? So once you get that break, take it. If you can't guide yourself right, find the right people. They will guide you. There's people out there that want to help you. Let them guide you. Once they guide you, install it in you. Get disciplined with your life. You know what it is? And make the most of it. It's key.
Could you, before we wrap it, could you give us 3 key steps to finding discipline?
You have to do it. Like for me, number 1 that helped to me is valuing myself. I don't have to look for the approval of other people. I don't have to, like, you know, people's likes or what they have to say about me doesn't define me. I have to love myself, do you know? Because once you love yourself, you know what, you're already halfway there. Because when you don't love yourself, now you're depending on other people to help you create that love for yourself. And that love for yourself, like, you know, it can be very, like, it's easy manipulated. You know, that can guide you off the wrong paths, because you think a lot of it, like a lot of these kids are, they think that, you know what, a brother telling you, come join the streets, I can help you make money. They think that's love. That's not love. It's because you don't love yourself enough. That's why you're able to fall for such a thing like that. Do you understand? So loving yourself is key. 2, for me, humbling yourself enough to get help. Let people help you. Because people will teach you, the right people will teach you how to discipline your life, how to structure your life, how to elevate in life. You know, sometimes because we've been in the field and we've got all these names and we think we know everything, we've survived every bullet, every knife, everything, but you haven't survived life. You haven't survived life, because without the name, without the chains, without the gang behind you, without the guns, without the knives, who are you? Who are you? How do you survive? How can you survive? So you have to let people in to actually help you. Humble yourself down and, you know what, admit that you need help. And the right people will help you. They helped me. They helped me. And I'm a changed man. I'm not perfect, but I'm here. I'm still alive to tell the story 19 years later. So number 2 is about humbling yourself and allowing people to help you. Number 3 is valuing yourself enough to take on board what you've learnt from others that helped you, and continuing that journey from there. Don't just take on board what people say and as soon as they elevate you, then you think, oh, I'm good enough, you don't need it. No, you need everybody. Everybody needs somebody. So if somebody takes the time out to help you, listen. Take on board what they're saying and consistently work on them steps. Because if it's working for you, continue them steps. When you get to that point where you feel like, I'm good from here, make sure that every step you take after that point where you feel you're good from here is in the same direction. If you don't feel like, too prideful that you can't go back to for help. That person here to help you. Like, failure is not something that you have to embrace, but it's a part of life. And there's always somebody to help you. Once you fall, the people can teach you to get back up. You know, because if they helped you learn to get up, a honest person will help you get up as well. And you know, as well, you have to invest in enough in yourself to believe that what you're learning on this change is worth embracing. Because the thing is, if you're not ready to change, for the better, you ain't going to change. You can't get disciplined. If you're not ready to brace in change, you're not going to be disciplined. Because to go from a street to a 9 to 5, it's a big transition. It's a big transition because in the street, in a 9 to 5, there's no roads, there's no postcodes, there's no postcodes. Well, there's no mandem, there's no street cred in here. It's just work, honest money that you could take home to an honest family and give them an honest life. That's all it is. Embrace that change. So love yourself enough. Love yourself enough to value what you have. Don't put your life at risk for nothing, you know. Love yourself enough. Humble yourself enough to take help from people where you need. There's no shame in asking for help. There's no shame. I asked for help. If I didn't get help from friends around me, Louis Durkin, Mac, Junior, all these people are younger than me. But if I didn't ask for help from them, I wouldn't be where I am today. Do you understand? There's a load of them. Mrs., kids, this, mum. The same person that my mum guided me and dad guided me all my life. Now I'm returning back at like 34. Mum, I need your help. Like, humble yourself enough to take guidance, because these people actually care. Because they're still there after 10 years you neglected them. They're still there after 15 years you neglected them. They're still there after every jail sentence, every stress that you put for them, every tear that they shed. They're still there for you. So humble yourself enough to take guidance from them. Number 3, please, when you get this guidance and it's working for you, please invest it into your life. You see, like you invested into that street, wasting your time. Go harder for yourself. Yeah, take it in. Go harder for yourself. Take in what people are giving you. Take it in and elevate yourself to that level where you feel like, I'm good from here. Make sure you continue that level. If you fall, don't be too prideful to go back to ask for help. Because these people, they've been there through every teardrop that you've shed. You know? Be there for them. Guidance, discipline is key to survival. Please love yourself. Be.